CAA fans, do you want to feel the excitement of March Madness like never before? CAAtickets.com is the source for your premium seating options for the 2014 CAA Men's Basketball Championship. The road starts here.
Well, pretty exciting. There's no question about that. I mean, it's the third time in 7 years we've been in the CAA championship game, and I think that's something a lot of people don't realize. And we're very proud of that. Very proud of these two guys sitting beside me. These guys make you a pretty good coach, I can tell you that. But I thought it was an extremely high-level basketball game. I thought both teams played well. Both teams made big-time shots. From a competitive spirit, from a competitive nature, it's hard to envision guys playing any harder than we did tonight, and I think their team as well. But I think we beat a really fine basketball team in their home. I know they don't play home games here, but kind of in their backyard, and couldn't be prouder.
Okay. Questions? Raise your hand. Bring it around.
Marcus, you were showing a little bit more emotion than usual. Can you just talk about your mindset late in the game, making those shots?
Yeah, well, semifinals, on the big stage, bright lights, so you gotta get excited for stuff like that. Like you said, I'm not always the most emotional guy, but fighting out there with my teammates, making this last run this season, it's exciting. So, yeah.
Marcus and these guys are finally learning it's okay to show emotion. Cool's okay, but emotion's not a bad thing too.
Hey, Tony, would talk a little bit about just the importance of staying with Towson and rebounding with them in the second half.
Well, it was a difference in the ball game, Dave. I mean, we talked about at halftime, that was the one thing really holding us back. They had 9 offensive rebounds in the first half. Honestly, haven't looked at the stat sheet. They finished with 12, so only 3 the second half. We really manned up and did a great job on the glass in the second half. The difference in the ball game, no question about it. And I just, we've talked a lot to this team about mental and physical toughness, and we really displayed it tonight. I mean, we just couldn't be much tougher than we were tonight.
Marcus, Towson kind of held you in check the first 2 times you played them. What really worked for you tonight?
I don't think I did anything different in particular. I was just able to hit shots tonight. Like you said, the first couple of games, I didn't shoot it particularly well. But, I'm confident in myself, so I stayed with what I do well, and shots went for me tonight and my teammates. So just happy we got the win.
Hey, Coach, talk about the strategy with Talk about the strategy with playing Rusthoven with his 4 fouls late.
Well, we're having a hard time keeping Tim on the floor right now. I mean, we play at a different level when he's on the floor. Offensively, he gives us such a punch. A little disappointing the first half we didn't get him the ball more. You get to the point in semifinals of your tournament, and you get 4 minutes to play. I want my best players out there. So we felt we had to ride him a little bit. Tim gets a lot of tough calls. I mean, I watch the tape, but if he's close to the ball, it's a foul on 22. I know that. But and part of it's Tim. He's got to do a better job in some areas, but he's very valuable to our team, and 40 pounds outweighed in some of these situations, but battles so hard for us.
Can you speak just a bit about the job Kyle and Terry did on Benjamin?
Well, you talk about 2 unsung heroes, not in my eyes, but I think to the public's. I mean, those 2 kids are really tough for us. I mean, Kyle, one of the good things about our team is our depth. Sometimes it's Kyle, sometimes it's Terry, sometimes it's Daniel off the bench, sometimes it's Omar. But Kyle was tremendous tonight. And again, I'm sorry, I have not seen his stat line, but if really and truly, if we gave out an MVP award, it probably would go to him without me watching the tape. He terrific in his defense on Benjamin tonight. He played him in the right spot every possession down. He had, 5 for 5, I think somebody told me, on the offensive end, key tip ends for us. And he's just leading us in a very positive way. He's a quiet young guy, but he's just, you talk about a change in toughness, that's a guy that's really playing at a new level for us right now.
Coach, to further that a little bit, can you talk about, at the end, Benjamin had several opportunities, and collectively, the defense, you said you're not going to beat us. Can you talk about the mindset there and how you guys were able to execute that against a 2-time CAA Player of the Year?
Well, he had 18 points and 5 rebounds, which is a pretty good night for most people, but I thought we did a great job on him, quite honestly. Even some of the shots he made, the 3 Kyle contested, he made that 1-foot fade away on the baseline, I'll take that all day long. He's good enough to make that play, but I thought we were terrific on him. We told our players before the game, one-on-one, we might not win this battle, but as a team, we can be better than they are tonight. And I think that last possession is a great example. Our team defense was perfect. Guys were in the right spot, right place. Terry made a great play, but if Benjamin had seen space, Terry would have been in trouble, quite honestly. So really, 5 men stopped that play right there.
Hey, Brandon, you guys lose to them twice during the regular season. What do you feel like got you guys over the hump today?
I just think we did a good job defensively. Like Coach said, even though Benjamin had 18 and 5, I feel like we did a good job on him because he's usually having bigger nights. And we hit a lot of shots tonight. Marcus hit some good shots, and when he's hitting, man, it's hard to stop us. He's a great player. I've grown to love him. He's like a brother to me, and once he get hot, it's a different thing for us. So that, and just like I said, doing a great job on Benjamin.
Coach, Towson shot 61 foul shots yesterday. I think only 20 this time. What was your strategy to keep them off the line?
New officials. No. When you play them, it is one of the keys. There's no question about it. They're strong and athletic, and I think part of their philosophy is to put their head down and run into people, and they get that call pretty consistently. Our approach tonight was, we know they're going to bang us, but if our hands are up, we're going to get our share of those calls. If our hands are down, we're never going to get that call. So we worked very hard on bodying up with our hands out and up to take, hopefully the opportunity to call that foul away. So real key to the ball game, no question about it.
Hey, Tony, right here. You guys have had a difficult time with Delaware in your 2 games with them. What's the key tomorrow for you guys to make that a competitive game and a game that you guys can win?
Well, I haven't thought a lot about it, quite honestly, but I tell you, Delaware is one of the best offensive teams I've seen in this league since I've been here. There's no question. They got so many explosive players. So I would normally sit here and tell you it's going to be the defensive side of the ball. I'm probably going to tell you off the top of my head that we're going to have to score the ball. We're going to have to make shots. And just like every other game this weekend, we have to rebound the ball. We're not the biggest, strongest, most powerful team. We have to rebound the basketball.
Okay, 1 or 2 more.
Marcus, can you just take us through the strip on Benjamin in their last offensive possession?
Well, yeah, like Coach said, it was a team effort. We know he's a great player, so it takes 5 guys, make him take a tough shot and get a turnover. So we were just in the gaps, being we're supposed to be position-wise. Saw him drive, stuck a hand in there, got my hand on the ball, was able to rip it out a little bit, and Terry came up with the steal. So just a great all-around team defensive effort on him to get the stop.
Coach, McGlynn down here. McGlynn had a big day yesterday, led them with 21 points. Only 1 for 4 today. Was that a point of emphasis after yesterday's stop him today?
One point we talked a good bit about before the ball game is we can't let their complementary players hurt us. In one of our first games, Rivera had 6 offensive rebounds, and we said we can't let that happen. I think last night McGlynn was, 4 for 5 or 5 for 6 from 3. We can't let that happen. They're a handful as is, but we can't let their complementary players hurt us. And I thought we were, again, I'm sorry, I haven't really studied the stat sheet, but we were pretty good in those areas, I think.